I was reminded that Labor Day weekend is already here. I went to the banquet to have dinner again. I fell asleep and took a nap. I think I connected to someone who is thinking about their life choices as a young person. And that's just the learning curve we go through. I liked what I had at that place or in this car. What do I want next? What am I really going to be grateful for? What am I going to be taken care of so that I have some of my own conveniences? There are perks to being independent as a responsible adult, I have a car that's paid for, so that helps. And a tiny little space that's not too hard to clean. But there's some features that I didn't want to give up. I have a washer and dryer in my unit. It's a very nice place, but I discovered it 4 years ago. So, you kind of have to shop around. It's like every car I get, I make note of the features. Every apartment I've lived in, again, I think about the features I had. And each time I venture out and get a new place, I make sure that I have at least one of those features. But this is the man-made lake we have in our city, and it is stocked with fish. Someone has just thrown a stick in the water and their dog has jumped in the water and taken a little swim a few feet out from the shore. That's a lucky dog. And then I'm walking along the shore here. Down the opposite end there is the paddle boats and the paddle boards. There's a fountain we have to stay 50 feet away from. But yeah, it is stocked with fish. I think people can come here and fish. I don't know about swimming. I'll have to see. I'm sure I could wade in the water here. Don't know if I want to do that. We'll see. But this is nice. I'm probably going to come. It's a beautiful day. Probably going to come here each evening after dinner for the next 3 days. Very simple little thing to do. Not too much sun on my skin. Gentle breeze. And the sun glistening off of the water on the lake. This is very zen. Well, I took a nice big walk around the lake. I could do it again, but I have to go to the bathroom. I'm just reflecting on life. The years I spent really just devoting myself to my children. I was thinking about a time where I took my daughter to an outdoor play with community theater at an old broken down fort down by the falls. And she got the part of a fairy when we got in there. And the play was The Tempest. Those are things I did to support and nurture my children as they were growing up. But when you get older, and they're grown, okay, they get on with their life, you have to find your own life and you have to live it. It is your time to pretty much live it for yourself. And if you get together with another adult who just wants you to make them your sole focus, go where they want, do what they want, when they want, this and that, they want to take the lead, you have to back away, because then you're allowing them to treat you like a doormat, that you don't matter. It's all about them. And that's just the mind of a child. They need to be doted on. And no matter how much you might want to actually do that for a time because you miss doing that for someone, but it's like emptiness syndrome is hard to get out of. You spend 20 years of your life sacrificing your time and being devoted to nurturing and caring and supporting another human being. That's a long time. That's a big chunk out of your life. And that's a very big habit to break. And if you've been an empath, especially who has been trained to be an enabler and just do what other people want, it's going to be even harder. You have the right to exist as an independent person. Oh, lots of people are coming now. A man sat across from me at the banquet, started talking and talking and talking and talking and talking, and it was all about him. What I want, what I can do. I had a really nice lucky day. A bunch of paint was given to me. I got some really good $30 work boots for $5 at Walmart. But the man next to him started choking, and I got really concerned. I asked if he needed help, and the man just kept talking. He wouldn't look at him. He wouldn't stop talking. But anyway, he said. Finally, I asked one of the workers there to please go check on him, that he had walked towards the bathroom. And I tried to tell him, take a sip of water, or do you need help? So she checked up on him. And she came back to tell me he's all right. And the man got up to take his tray and again was just looking at me saying, but anyway, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And, I want to find a woman and then everything will be, perfect. I didn't have the heart to tell him that you never once asked me anything about me. All you've done is sit and talk about yourself. And you couldn't care less about the man sitting next to you choking. So he never tried to make any attempts to talk to me any further. I wasn't going to anyway. It was obvious. One reason his wife probably betrayed him is that he's just too self-absorbed. He's got his own issues, He said he has been in the Army, in the Air Corps, and he's obviously had some mental health issues, he said. And he says he's done better. But, it's just hard to tell people. You still have to do better. You're too self-absorbed. Person next to you is choking, and you just want to keep talking about yourself to the lady across from you. You have to do better. So I'm making affirmations very, very strong now. Because of where I am, I don't like it. I don't have to like it. I can't get used to it. Half my stuff is in the garage. And if I can take a walk or get on the treadmill, I actually sleep better and I can wake up early. And then on the days that I do work, I have to stretch to release the energy. And I'm going to have to spend the next 9 months really building up a little savings. But my goal of having X amount of dollars could not have happened if I had not actually changed my life. I had to get out of that apartment and get into where I am now. It's actually nicer, like I said. It has so many nice features. And I can even open my umbrella on my balcony to help block the sun. So I just have to believe this is another learning curve in my life where I'm going to feel propelled to go to the next level, even higher than I was before. And each time I acquire new knowledge, I find things I like, things I want in the next place that I'm going to live. All right. I hope you're having nice weather where you are, everybody. I hope you're finding some simple pleasures in your area. To take a walk or a boat ride. Remember to wear your sunscreen. See you later.